Okay, so if you're on this video, chances are you got the link right off of Facebook in one of the groups, or you are finding me after the fact. For any of those who are new to my channel, my name is Stephanie. Welcome back. I do basically hairstyles related videos, I do tutorials, I do all that kind of stuff. So recently, going across like Instagram and all of that, people have been posting what they charge, and everyone is freaking out. So I know that when I first saw a few, I was like, okay, I don't charge that much, blah, 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 whatever, whatever. So I've definitely fine-tuned a few things since then. I'm just feeding my son right here. Don't mind us. Okay, so anyways, I did math for like 6 hours today, you guys, and it wasn't even that many months. It was like 2 months barely, or like 1 full month, just to give you a couple examples. And then I did like 3 different basic services to help you guys charge a certain way. Let me tell you, I'm not impressed by the numbers at all. Like, honestly, don't even know how to do hair after this, but I am technically new because I restarted last year. So I did have to reinvest a lot of my money into tools and blah, blah, blah. So if you're with me on that, then you're with me on that. If you're not, and you still kind of like aren't seeing a good amount of money, definitely need to raise your prices probably. So, okay, so let's go over a few things. And this is all basically the only way to fine tune all your prices is to go through all of your inventory and divide it all by how much it costs, the tax, shipping, or gas to get there. Divide everything by how much you paid, and then how much per ounce, and then how many ounces you're gonna use, and yeah. So it is good to know that. That way when you're charging per bowl, after the initial price, you know how to charge and you're making enough profit, because you don't wanna break even, you wanna profit, okay? Come on, this is a business. This is not just like I was reading or watching a live by I Am Carla Jones and Stylist on Instagram last night, and then it's really sad, but they're like, it's at the end of the day, if you're not making this, baby, your water's over there. So they said if you are not profiting, it is not a business, it is a really expensive hobby. And I'm like, oh my god, that's so true. That's so sad. Okay, so anyways, let's go through a few things and kind of break it down. So I'm gonna start off with color, right? The most common thing. So many notes. This is how long it took me today. Okay, like pages and pages of notes. Don't get mad at me for wasting paper. I'm really, like, I had to really fine tune and get everything down, okay? As far as like, okay, if you're a booth renter, so you're paying rent, okay? That usually includes towels, shampoo, conditioner, soap to wash your hands, hand sanitizer, yada, 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 or you have to purchase hand sanitizer on your own, whatever. Integrated a few things in there that are just such small penny pinchers that it shouldn't really make or break whether you're a renter or an owner. If you guys want, actually comment down below, and I will have to break this down as far as an owner standpoint and try to see how that can work out as far as like how they're supposed to charge. If not, don't worry about it, but also too, just let me know if there's any ideas you guys want me to post about. So basically, you're gonna pay your rent for the day, 1 color appointment with 1 2-ounce bowl, okay? So 1 ounce color, 1 ounce developer is 1-to-1 ratio, or my new line is 1 to 1.5. So I integrated it all how I needed to as far as like dividing and all that jazz. So I'm gonna list off everything I'm gonna charge, and then I'm gonna give you the amount that it added up to. So we have rent, developer, color, gloves, because you're literally using like 6 pairs that appointment, because you're gonna put it on, you're gonna wait, and then you're gonna apply the rest of the hair, and then you're gonna wait, and then you're gonna rinse it out. You should be using gloves because it's still a product and it's not good for your hands. Everyone's stubborn on that one. I personally don't like it, and I'm kind of allergic, so I put gloves on. Then you're going to use towels, cape, soap cap. If you want to like really get that in there, that's what my stylist does, so it's like a good idea. Shampoo, conditioner, setting strip, clipper side spray, sharpen your scissors, and I broke that down as well. And products, because that's a reoccurring charge, so you just have to factor it in there. It's very small, but it is something. So then you're going to divide it in, like, basically how I did it was if I were to have 4 appointments that day, because there were 2 hours each, and then I divided the rent that way. So then my service starts at $95. A lot of my charges also included insurance, QuickBooks tax lady for the year, taxes that I had to pay, website, credit card fees, education, business license, and domain. A lot of those are monthly, a lot of them are annually. I just broke it down into a certain way. Minus $38.42 for all the charges equals $56.858. For me, I actually spend over $9 in gas to get there and back, so I factored that in. That brings it down to $47.92. Then I did the credit card charge, which was $261, depending on if they pay credit or cash. So far, and if I did 2 hours of working, I made $22.19 an hour. Okay, so all the way down from $95. So it's kind of funny that people think that we just walk out of the like crib with all that $95, but no, it doesn't work like that. And I actually factored in tip as well, so it's $5 on that appointment that I remember. Okay, so that's just an example on color. So make sure that your charge is right up there with color. I think that's kind of fair for what you're doing. It's 2 hours, but if they were to need extra color, I'm gonna do a flat fee of $20 because that's extra time, extra product. Extra product adds up to about $5.50, almost $6 approximately. So it's okay to make a profit on that extra bowl. You know what I'm saying? So remember, you don't want to just break even. You want to make sure you're gonna pay for the overhead. Okay? And I'm sure somewhere along the line we still miss out, like on a certain charge. So that's just a really good example for color. A good way to think about it, that was a cut and color, so 45 for a cut, and then what does that leave me, like 60 for color, okay? So it's the initial action. It depends on your area, it depends on all of that jazz, but that is me, California, Northern California, basically Sacramento, if you will. Okay, so the next one we're going to do, this one is kind of sad, but it just happened, and it's also too because I had a lot of referrals from this person, so it could be right in line with what I'm aiming for. Grain of salt, guys, grain of salt, okay? Just an example, I did it really fast today, even though it took me forever. I'm gonna definitely have to keep fine tuning this, but this is just like an overall view, and it's like, it gives you a really good insight on if you're charging correctly or if you need to charge more. Basically, a bowl equals up to like $5.60, okay? If one's included and then toner's included. Toner actually really hit me on this one. I used a new product called Frost, and it is, in a way, you don't have to mix it, but I used 4 ounces or so on it, so it adds up to about $9. So just make sure that you're really incorporating all of that. So the product alone was $11.40, and then including rent, and then those other charges and those other monthly charges that I've already told you about, everything adds up to $96.90, okay? So then you have to factor in your taxes that you have to pay, which is 15.3% when you're self-employed. This person did not get a cut, so actually it was right. It was pretty fair. And then I didn't have to use extra, so it was just kind of like 1 and 1, if that makes any sense. Except for the toner really hit me, like I said. So 125 minus 96.90, we're at 28.10, and then minus the taxes, that's 23.88. I think I forgot to do the taxes on the color. I don't remember if I did or not, so just try to pay attention to that. That is now bringing us down to $23.88 plus a tip of $10, so that's $33.80 minus $8 gas equals $25.80 divided by 3 hours, $8.60 an hour. Hey, so you see how different it is? It's just crazy. So it just depends on really what you're doing and all of that. So the next one is going to be full highlight, okay? This is technically, it was a full baby light highlight, but the goal was balayage look. So remember, just because it's called balayage doesn't mean you have to do a balayage application. You can foil the whole thing, but you definitely should be charging more for that, because to me, hand painting is way easier than foil, and then you're foiling all the way up the head instead of skipping sections. I did not skip one section. This thing was like, I mean, I just literally back-to-back baby lighted, so almost every hair on her head was pretty much touched. Barely anything was left out. And the stress alone, because I'm not trying to burn anyone's hair off, was crazy. So the full highlight base hair amount is 160 equals the 2 scoop of lightener plus the toner included of the 2 ounces, not including like developer. So Olaplex is 55 straight shot, because I'm gonna have to keep reusing it in each bowl. Extra bleach, 3 bowls is $60, so $20, $20, 20 times 3 for each extra bowl. Again, time and then a little bit of profit there. So the cut was 45. The root shadow, try to remember that whenever you're doing a root shadow, whether it's wet hair or dry hair, it's still the same amount of time, the same amount of product as if someone were to come in and get a root touch-up. So why are we charging any less? You want to charge $60. Toner extra, because she had a lot of hair, I charged her $20 more. So everything equaled out to $400. Sounds crazy, right? Like, oh my God, this girl made bank, all that jazz. Not only did I go on a day, so I paid extra rent that day, I also had to wait because I fit one more person in, but it was very like not ideal because a lot of my people are weekend people. So I was already going in with kind of like a negative rent aspect. Still was able to fit someone in. I had to wait around for like 3 hours just to do the appointment. So if you really factor in all of that, it is what it is, okay? So now we're gonna go down to foils, bleach, toner, shades, Olaplex, the root touch-up, product, the rent. So product just means everything intertwined. And I'm sure I missed a few things, but it is what it is. So I have about 54 and then 20 and then 1150 and then 34. Everything goes out to 119.50. Brings us down to 303.66 minus 15.3%. Brings us down to 280.50. Like a different, I think I did the math wrong the first time. My bad. So it brings us down to 280.5. Minus 15.3%. That brings us down to $237.58 minus $8 for gas equals $229.58. I didn't actually factor in the credit card fee for that one. I just remembered. So hold on, 2.something%. So about $10 less than what I thought. So that brings us down to $219.58. Divided by 3.5 hours is $62.73. So for the amount of work I did, for the amount of product I used, like I said, I'm sure I missed something in there because I'm going off of memory and I don't quite remember exactly like what I was mixing and how. So this is why we really have to fine tune and really like tune in on the prices because we need to know what we're charging. We need to know we're making profit. We need to know all of that. By the looks of it, I'm really scared. Like all of the expenses that I did like in just 1 month, it brought me down to like if I didn't break it down how I just did, according to how many clients I had. Baby, can I have those? You're a sweetheart. I know. Thank you. Thank you so much. I broke it down. I made like $5 an hour for 43 hours that month, not including driving an hour one way and an hour back. So I can't wait to keep like diving into this. Let me know if this video was helpful. At the end of the day, like I said, have your base prices set and have your per. Don't be afraid to charge that $20 extra, $20 extra, $20 extra because they're the ones with all the hair. You shouldn't have to suffer and lose profit because you feel bad that they have so much hair. Just because you wouldn't pay it doesn't mean you shouldn't charge it and doesn't mean they won't pay it. I will give you an example. My hair is now, I had her cut it off and then she applied permanent color on my root, then my permanent Redken Shades EQ, which we all know is super, super easy. You just shake it up and apply it. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't charge for it just because it's easy. Anyways, I paid $160 and then I tipped her just to cut and color. Like, do you guys get that? Do you guys pay that? You know what I'm saying? I can tell you I've never charged $160 for a cut and color and I was like, okay, like, you know, but it just really opens my mind. I also kind of like challenge you to go get your hair done and pay full price and see what you get from that. You'll get the experience. You shouldn't even tell them that you're a hairdresser because you want the experience. So you can be picking up on things that they're doing that you didn't know about, that you missed in an education class. Like I picked up on a lot when I was there. I was like, okay, I see you. So she put the processing cap on my head. That was something that I didn't really ever think to do. So why not? Like, you know what I mean? Like there's certain things that you might not think to be doing to do. So this is just a start on how to kind of like gauge in your prices. I'm gonna go further as far as like treatments and things like that and how to like prep the hair and how we should be charging for that and time and who, what, why, red, why, because like I said, at the end of the day, you do need to be making money. I'm like so scared that like maybe this was like a really, really expensive hobby for the year and I'm like, but it's okay because like as long as you kind of know your mistakes and change them, then you should be fine. Like we need to all go forward and get accountants and things like that because this took me way too long to figure out, but definitely was fun for me. So yeah, so anyways, I also too think that I need to be better at spending money. So I did just start a different color line where you can only order online. So I'm really excited because I feel like that's gonna really help, like I'm gonna be able to just purchase one time or 2 times a month maybe, but I have to really like gauge and just keep track of inventory. If you guys are interested about that, let me know in the comments down below. I also made some sample kits today, so that's another thing. If you're a hairstylist, I can actually get you samples, but there's a small fee, so just FYI. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and then below any ideas or questions or concerns that you have. All right, you guys have a wonderful day.